Part of the Northern Californian underground punk rock scene, Green Day was formed by friends Billy Joe Armstrong and Mike Dirnt. They built a cult following during the early 1990s and are credited, along with bands The Offspring and Rancid, for reviving mainstream interest in the punk rock scene. Determined to remain loyal to independent label Lookout Records, who had released the band's first 3 albums, Green Day refused an offer to sign with IRS Records. 1000 Hours, which was released in 1990, was their first EP album, and later that year they recorded 2 albums, Slappy and Sweet Children. The following year, indie label Skeen Records released a combination of these 2 albums called 1039 Smooths Out Slappy Hours, which was released in 1991. Green Day's original drummer, John Kiffmeyer, had joined in 1989, but he left in late 1990 in order to attend college in California, soon after the band's first nationwide tour. He was replaced by Trey Cool. Kerplunk, which was released in 1992, was their first album featuring Trey Cool on drums. It sparked the interest of a number of major record labels. The band toured for most of 1992 and 1993, and they eventually left Lookout Records on friendly terms. Green Day then signed with Reprise Records, who released the band's first major label album, Dookie, which they had recorded in a mere 3 weeks. The album received much critical acclaim and sold over 15 million copies worldwide, winning the 1994 Grammy for Best Alternative Album. The videos for Longview and Basket Case were nominated for numerous awards at the 1995 MTV Music Video Awards. Rolling Stone magazine placed Dookie at number 193 in their 500 greatest albums of all time. The band's next album, Insomniac, which was released in 1995, was much darker than the more melodic Dookie, and won them numerous awards for Favorite Artist, Favorite Hard Rock Artist, and Favorite Alternative Artist at the 1996 American Music Awards. Following their break, they released the experimental album Nimrod, which was a break from their usual music and more in the style of laid-back surfer rock, upbeat pop punk, and acoustic ballads. Taking the style of Nimrod a little further, Green Day released Warning in 2000, and they were proud that it was their strongest work together. The album received mixed reactions, with some fans believing that the band was losing its relevance, despite the album producing the #1 hit Minority. The album sales were not as successful as previous albums, and Green Day's popularity declined somewhat. Billy Joe Armstrong was born on February 17, 1972 in Rodeo, California. Michael Ryan Pritchard, now known as Mike Dirnt, was born on May 4, 1972 in Berkeley, California. Frank Edwin Wright III, aka Trey Cool, was born on December 9, 1972 in Frankfurt, Germany. Releasing a greatest hits compilation, International Super Hits, which was released in 2001, followed by a collection of B-sides called Shenanigans, released in 2002, gave impetus to the theory that Green Day's superstar days were over. The band then co-headlined the Pop Disaster Tour with Blink-182 in an effort to restore some of their popularity. A new album with the working title of Cigarettes and Valentines was meant for a release in 2002, but after 20 tracks had been recording, the master tapes were stolen from their studios. The band was devastated and decided not to try and recreate the album, but do something better instead. The resulting album, American Idiot, which was released in 2004, proved their biggest hit to date, with some referring to it as punk rock opera. It sold 1.5 million units in its first week and went straight to #1 in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and Japan, following the single of the same name, which entered the UK single charts at number 3. The band was nominated for 6 Grammy Awards in 2004, with American Idiot winning a Grammy for Best Rock Album. The band had also changed their image. They stopped dyeing their hair pink and green and began wearing eyeliner and black clothes with red ties on stage. In 2005, Green Day went on a world tour to promote their new album. It was the longest tour of their career and lasted 150 days, including shows in England, Australia, Japan, and South America. In 2006, they won another Grammy Award for Record of the Year in recognition of their success with Boulevard of Broken Dreams from the American Idiot album. From January 2006, Green Day had been working on new material and had written 45 songs by October 2007. As the band had to choose and record the tracks for the new album, 21st Century Breakdown was not released until May 15, 2009, the longest gap ever between albums for the band. It received positive reviews from critics and reached #1 in 14 countries, becoming gold or platinum in each one. Recently, they've released 3 albums called Uno, Dos, and Tres. All the albums were released within a span of 4 months. Uno was released on September 25, 2012. Dos was released on November 13, 2012. And Trey was released on December 11, 2012. And this is my bibliography.